Here we go.
Oh, are we live? Did I end it?
You have a delay. No, you have a delay.
It was a big delay. Okay. All right. Here we are. We are live. Welcome back to another episode of Chiropractic is Sexy. I am Dr. Paula Ruffin.
And I'm Dr. Erica Peabody. There's still a little tiny bit. I don't know. It's weird. We'll roll with it. Just like a little tiny delay, but we'll roll with it.
Okay.
Should be fine.
In volume, in audio?
Maybe it stopped. Yeah.
Okay.
It's all good. Let's go. Let's roll.
Right. Ken, let us know if you hear or see anything weird. So, okay, wonderful. All right. In today's episode, this comes up, every week we come to you guys and we're talking to you about things that come up regularly in our practices. And this is, and I'm going to air quote this, flu season, cold and flu season. And the conversation that we're going to have with you today is there really is no season of cold and flu. It's immune deficiency season. For a number of reasons. And so we're going to unpack that for you all today in this episode and talk about why do we get sick so often this time of year? Why does it seem like as soon as the kids go back to school, everybody's getting sick? And then, of course, everybody's running to get outside interventions, which we talked about last week. And so in today's episode, we're going to talk to you about how do you protect yourself from having to go get those outside interventions? How do you support your body, your immune system, your nervous system so that it can stay at the top of its game and protect you from all the pathogens and viruses out there in the world?
In the whole wide world.
In the whole world.
Yeah, it was interesting. I've had this patient in and she had like major gut issues starting in October and we're getting her through that. Added a couple more supplements. She was just in and she's like, I am sleeping. She hasn't slept in years. And I'm like, that's where our healing is. Like prioritizing sleep is one of, just thinking about this as we talk about the cold and flu season. It's like sleep is like our most critical. And I got to tell you guys, as the years have gone by, Dr. Paula and I, we do absolutely everything we can to protect that first and foremost. So yeah. And then this last patient was like, do you think that my vitamin C is making my belly hurt? I'm like, no, you're only taking 1,000 vitamin C a day. It's not going to turn into diarrhea, but what it does do not take that one out. Do not. So anyway,
well, and also making sure that they're on a good quality vitamin C. We don't know the junk that's out there. So when we have patients asking us what they should take, and I had a patient stand here in front of me last week. I said, you need vitamin D. She doesn't take vitamin D. She's sick. She's like, well, it's cold and flu season. And I'm like, no, it's actually not. But okay. So I said, are you taking vitamin C and D? She said, no, I don't take either one. And I said, you need both.
Yeah.
So I gave her both. And as she's standing in front of me, she holds up the vitamin D and she goes, can't I just get this on Amazon? And I was like, what? Why would you say that to me? Why would you even no,
we make it so really, really easily accessible, which I still want to get the full script situation. That's a total side story, but like the stuff that we have on our shelves and the things that are out in Costco, Walgreens, your grocery store, I don't know where else you're getting things, definitely not off Amazon. The things that we have on our shelves are perfectly curated, high level, high dosage, and also high bioavailable supplements, you guys. Like, we are no joke hosting things in our office, not because we want to make big money off of them, because they are not big money makers for us. Let's be honest. But, it does add to part of the income stream of the office. But really, more than anything, the reason why we do it is to bring you high level, high quality, high biousable supplementation. Oh my goodness.
Absolutely. And the amount of counterfeit products on the market, there's no quality control through Amazon. And there's no quality control through Walmart.com, which Walmart is really crazy famous for counterfeit products. And here's my other thing. We don't have a big profit margin, but do you want to support us as small business and have our doors here open for you? Or do you want to support a multi-billion-dollar company who doesn't give a shit if we're in business or not?
Right.
We are here with your best interest in mind. And so my thought is, why would you even ask that when I'm a small business supporter all day long.
All day long.
And if I can get something, if I'm going to pay a couple of extra dollars for something from a small business, I want to see small business still in business. We saw a lot of small businesses shut down during COVID because of everything got shoved to the big box stores. All the big box stores could be open, but none of the mom and pop shops could be open. You think there's something going on there? I don't know, but I think at any point in time, if you are thinking, I don't want them to make money off of me, do you or don't you? Do you want their doors to be open? Do you want to see a ghost town of small businesses? That's a whole different conversation. Sorry,
it's really true. So not only are they high quality, you also help keep the doors open of our offices. And we're here to help people, but also this is what I also love. People will send us all kinds of products, say, what do you think about this? Or what do you think about that? I don't have time, nor the wherewithal, nor the desire to go and study whatever crap product you're sending to me. But what I can tell you is there's a reason why I have these ones here. And there's a reason why I'm connected with these particular companies is because I can trust the product that they're putting out. And I can easily say, go right up to the front desk, go grab blah, 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 and blah, 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 start 2, 3, whatever it is, whatever dosage, and get going. And take that on your way out and take it in your car. You got a bottle of water in your car, get started right away. So that's what I really love is I trust what's here. And I'm a highly educated doctor this. So it gets really frustrating when I'm I'm not even going to look at your product. I don't care what magnesium you're bringing to me. I got some on the shelf. I'm telling you, when you're done with that bottle of crap, go, start to fill up with the things off of our shelves. And
Ghetto Hippie says we're penny pinchers. And I will tell you that the most expensive supplement that you can take is the one on sale that doesn't work.
Right.
And the long-term health deficits that you get from taking that, you're doing nothing for your health. And that's why we're doing it. And so, and when I showed her, I said, listen, it's $28. It's a 60-day supply.
Right.
It's less than $14 a month. Why are you even balking at that? When you think of $14 is 2 venti Starbucks. Actually, I think those are probably more. And how many days a week are you going to get those? So, we are digressing a little bit in this conversation, but I do think it's important because you will hear us recommend during these times that we have got to bring our supplementation levels up because we're trying to increase our immune systems, and immune support is critical. So let's think about this for a minute. Is that why do we have cold and flu season? So these pathogens exist all year round. What's so special about the fall? Well, we're no longer in the sun. And most of you who do get sick, this is the time of year when most everybody says, I always get sick this time of year. If that's you, raise your hand in the comments. My patients are telling me, I'm sure Dr. Erica's patients are saying it all day long. And the problem is these are also probably the same people who during the summertime are slathering on toxic sunscreen, blocking those benefits of the sun. And vitamin D is a fat-soluble vitamin. So you can fill your tank. You can get all your vitamin D and it will fuel you for a little while, but then it's going to deplete after a while. And so as we move out of the sun, this is when the tank starts to empty. And so if you aren't supplementing and we can't be in the sun, then that's when we start to see a decline. Vitamin D is your number one immune fighter. And I mean, besides chiropractic, because we're going to talk about that too.
Right, for sure.
And so while, yes, that is an outside in approach, it's not an outside in causing damage. It's an outside in approach causing support for what your body needs and your cellular health to make sure your immune system is on track to keep you healthy.
So with as far as vitamin D goes, there was this great sort of a visualization of when there's enough vitamin D in our sun and coming at us at what part of the day. They say the science is showing that when we are taller than our shadow. So when our shadow is taller than our body, we're not getting enough vitamin D. But when our shadow is shorter than our body under full sun, then we are. And I have a really, really great nutritional mentor down in the panhandle of Florida. And I was asking him even about vitamin D down there. And he's functional medicine, he's acupuncture, chiropractor, nutrition. He actually tours and teaches nutrition and all that. And he recommends vitamin D for even the people that live in Florida. So all year round, mostly because in the summertime when the sun's out, it's too freaking hot to be outside enjoying the middle of the day sun. So keep that in the back of your mind. And vitamin D is not really a vitamin. It's more of like a hormone, a precursor for so many things. But what it does with the cell itself is it becomes a virus blocker. When there's enough vitamin D, it actually helps. It's like there's a shield against the cells for virus penetration. So I just love that part of thinking about vitamin D, is that it shields the cell surface and the virus can't even access where it needs to go, which also I'm thinking about vitamin C. The receptor for C is similar to the receptor for sugar, or sugar mimics C in that receptor, and it will block, if you have too much sugar, block C absorption. So yeah, there's just so many cool things when you look all the way down in the cellular level. But if you're not taking D, you're literally may as well just like go get yourself some antibiotics on the shelf and whatever other crap you're going to need, because you need to have D and C for sure. No questions about it. So
yeah, I remember last year. So I always do this talk every year anyway, multiple times in multiple ways, whether it's here, whether it's my Sunday Night Live or little snippets of videos. And I remember there's a subscriber on my other page, and he lives in the Caribbean. And he was asking me, he was saying in the chat that he's got low vitamin D because he lives in the Caribbean. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's like sitting on the sun and you still have vitamin D deficiency. So it's really, and I remember I had interviewed Jack Wolfson, Dr. Jack Wolfson. He's a holistic cardiologist out in Arizona. He's actually married to a chiropractor. He's a super cool dude. And I interviewed him last year on one of my Sunday Night Lives, and he like flat out, he said, I don't think anybody should be taking vitamin D. You should be getting it all from the sun. And I go, Jack, you live in Arizona. You can't tell these people that. Like, come on, man. Like, let's get realistic about this. But, and also the reality is, if you get sunlight, if you get natural sunlight, there is a multitude of forms of vitamin D that, as Dr. Erica said, it's a hormone. And so, like we give vitamin D3. Well, when you get sun naturally, it's multiple different forms of D that you can't supplement for.
No, you could never supplement for that.
Ever. So that's why we have to get away from this whole, the sun is dangerous, the sun causes cancer. Not being in the sun causes cancer, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I think if like starting to look at your nutrients, so D, C, those are the two biggies that we get on tap that are going to help us make sure that we are keeping our immune systems up. Because look at like families, some people in families get sick all the time and some people don't. But, the wife will come in and say, my husband never gets sick. I don't know why. And so what's the deal there? Mm-hmm. It's environmental, clearly, that one person's immune system is stronger than the other. Mm-hmm. And so what's the terrain? So let's get your terrain built up.
Right. And also, they say, some of these things I just get passed down. Like my mom had it, my dad had it, my aunt, my uncle, my grandparents. And it's not that, but they have the same, what's getting passed down is habits. And and discipline and lifestyle choices. That's what's really getting passed down. And so, it's horrible. As a chiropractor, I got to tell you, and you probably feel the same way, it's horrifying when Halloween rolls around. We love Halloween. We love it. There is not one child out there that needs a half of a pillowcase full of candy. It is the absolute worst thing that we can do, especially as soon as the time changes. Usually that weekend is the time change for us.
Mm-hmm.
And we get dark at around 5:30. And then we bombard the system with sugar. And then we head into, it's sugar season. It's like Thanksgiving, and us too, you guys. Like Dr. Paula and I cannot wait to get together, have our go to yoga, hot yoga first, have our espresso martini, head downtown, have a lot of jelly and Mary. Like we can't wait for that too. And it's not just Dr. Paula and I. It's like I'll also do that with family. I'll do that with my neighborhood, and what have you. And then Thanksgiving is full of who knows what and tons of processed carbs and all of that. And then on into cookie season. When you sit down and you make hundreds of cookies to wrap up for your teachers, for your blah, 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 it's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. Don't eat any of them. Give them away. And then they shouldn't eat them either, because then it's like, oh, well, I feel like crap now. And then we head into, just mid-January is a nightmare for our area in particular. It's just an absolute nightmare. It's a mess, but it's because we started just before Halloween, and now it's all the trunk or treats the entire month of October, all the way through the end of December. So that's 3 solid months of sugar, and then disaster zone. So
I remember you said to me something at one point, because I was talking about how my mom used to always make cinnamon rolls around the holidays. And I'm dying to make cinnamon rolls because now that I've been making sourdough for over a year and a half, I want to venture and make some other things. And I would never touch any, like the Cinnabon stuff. It's full of chemicals. And you had said to me that you heard somewhere that if you can take the time to make it, your body can take it. Your body can take it. And I was like, that's genius, because I don't, and I think for anyone who takes that time to just create food and lovingly, like even if it's just a regular meal, you tend to sit and eat it a little bit slower. You tend to enjoy and appreciate what's in front of you. And so you're not like, you go to Cinnabon and you're like, and then you feel like complete crap.
Garbage.
So,
and they're delicious. Like everybody loves I don't know one person out there that doesn't love a cinnamon roll. I mean, come on.
Yeah,
it's like deliciousness overload, warm and all the things. And it just tanks.
Yeah.
Tanks the immune system.
Ghetto hippies saying about care products, deodorants, perfumes, all of that stuff, which we have had that conversation here before, is that all of those hormone disruptors for absolute sure. And I do want to make sure that we get to some of the data on chiropractic because, by the way, that's why we're here. But one more thing about Halloween is that, don't forget when we were younger, Halloween was one day a year. Halloween's a month now with trunk or treats and parties, and that didn't exist. We got a bag, we ate a couple pieces, and then the rest sat and it got thrown away. That doesn't have, right now the access to candy, it's too much. It's way too much. Yeah, well, there you go. You get 5 pieces of candy and you get trade the rest for the prize, and the rest gets tossed. Right. It's perfect. Thanks for being here, Pokey Mom.
I even think about like the Starbucks drinks, like you get into, everybody loves pumpkin spice season and they love this and they love that, and hot drinks this and hot drinks that. And, middle schooler, high schoolers are asking to go there before school. And like, it's an epidemic of not only crashed immune system, but also like obesity and all of the things that lead to truly like morbid disease processes later in life, and it's happening every day. So one of the ways that Dr. Paula and I will prepare ourselves. Actually, my Thanksgiving this year is going to be way different, which I'm looking forward to it. But we will sometimes like get super clean. So we're a week before Thanksgiving right now. What can you do over the next 7 days to make sure that your system is ready for a bit of an assault that day? And it's okay. That holiday, it's my favorite holiday. So it's okay to have a day of that. But when you lead it up from all of this, what can you do within the next 7 days to get your body prepped? Can you do a couple extra sauna sessions? Can you do a couple hot yoga classes? Can you do a couple extra workouts? Can you drink another liter of water per day? Can you make sure you're getting your greens right now? It's like, not only do we want to be doom and gloom, but it's like, let's start thinking about that right now, a week ahead, and then start thinking about it really the month ahead before Christmas and New Year's Eve celebration. So yeah.
Well, and it's this preset reset. We've been talking about that forever now, is that we're presetting for the holidays. What can we do next week? Because food and sugar is so damaging, and we have to make sure that we're really protecting ourselves with food. So it's going to be a clean week or so, let's just say, leading up and to that pumpkin spice. I hadn't had pumpkin spice in a few years, maybe 3 or 4. I don't know. I don't remember. And I went to Starbucks and I got a pumpkin spice a couple months ago when it first came out. And I brought it back to the office and I took one sip and I was like,
no way.
This is disgusting.
Then
I went back a couple of days later and just got a black coffee. And I told the girl about it. And I go, she goes, oh, they changed the formula. And I go, really? She goes, yeah, it tastes like a pumpkin spice candle now, doesn't it? The girl at Starbucks said that to me.
Gross.
And I go, it's disgusting. I said, and at the same time as I was saying, it tastes like we both said chemicals at the same time. It's so gross. So not even worth it. Make your own pumpkin spice. Not even worth it.
Sure.
But
so yeah, if we go back to like, did you have some research and stats to talk about the chiropractic adjustment?
I did. So I was going to pull that up right now.
It's amazing. Our patients come into us, especially the ones that have been in regularly for years. And they said, I don't even think about it. If I really did look back, it's been like 4 or 5 years since I've had a cold, 4 or 5 years since I've had the flu, 7 or 8 years since anything's really taken me down, 3 or 4 months since I've even had a sniffle. You know what I mean? Like, we hear this all the time and we forget that that's not the regular view out there. So anyway, the adjustment is a powerful immune booster.
Yeah. And here's just a few just snippets from some studies that we pulled up that should be in the show notes. Your endorphins increase. So beta endorphins increase. Adjustments cause a short-term rise in endorphins, which are your natural pain and mood elevators. Neuropeptide changes in neurotensin, oxytocin, and cortisol levels are all linked to stress, pain perception, and immune regulation. T cell and natural killer cell activity. Some small studies show temporary increase in immune cell activity after spinal manipulation. It is the biggest communication that is happening. And then we get HRV improvement, so your heart rate variability, and with upper cervical manipulation up here. And what that does is that represents our parasympathetic system. So how well are we in rest, digest, and repair? And I did a talk earlier this week, and I talked about how this saber-toothed tiger that's constantly nipping on your heels, if you were walking on the prairie and it's peaceful and it's a beautiful day and you're calm, and then suddenly the tiger comes out and starts running after you. Well, if you were dealing with a sniffle or a cold before that, or a scratchy throat, how well do you think that your immune system is going to continue to fight that? Like, your immune system tanks because it's constantly being, it's got to save your life. Mm-hmm. And the real problem lies in the fact that your brain, your nervous system, does not know the difference between the saber-toothed tiger and your emails and
Okay.
your kid forgot their cleats at home and you have to run home and get them, or you've got 10 meetings and then you got a deadline on a project, your body is constantly perceiving that it's being chased by a tiger. So no wonder your immune system drops. So managing that stress is critical, and chiropractic care, chiropractic adjustments are proven to actually help that parasympathetic pathway and help your body back into that rest, digest, and repair mode.
I'll have to figure out where the graphic is that talks about the adjustment and the afferent or the afferent and the efferent. So afferent are the messages coming from the body back into the spinal cord, up to the brain, and then the messages coming down. So what it does with each adjustment is it follows these particular pathways. Once it gets up into the brain, it follows this like neurotransmitter dump. And the neurotransmitters are our feel-good chemicals. They're also laughter as the best medicine. They're also like the big sigh of relief that we feel. It's the feeling when we leave here. A lot of times my chiropractors come into the office to get adjusted, and then I'll get on the table and it'll be between patients. And so I'll get on the table and then I get off the table flooded with those healing chemicals. And I'm like, I also need a minute. You know, a lot of people leave here and they get back in their vehicles and go out to their world. They have a minute. But for me, it's like, I get to the next room and I'm like, hold on a second. Like my brain is overtaken by these chemicals that are all for the healing. And that there is, I think it's a 300% boost in immune function following an adjustment because of the way that the nervous system runs, and then the dropping of the chemistry out of the brain, off the adrenals, out of the thyroid, off the things. And there's a really beautiful, super confusing graphic that you guys probably would never want to see, but I'll see if I can hunt it down because it's a really beautiful, intricate pathway. And I got to tell you, there's no medicine, shot, anything from the outside that you could put in that could potentially create that immune function healing cascade that the body is so beautifully designed for. And the adjustment is what boosts all of that, because we're not working with, I got shoulder pain. Okay, your shoulder's connected to your spine, which is connected to everything, which is connected to everything else. And so every adjustment not only helps with discomfort, but it's only because of the healing cascade. And the more that the information superhighway is properly connected, the stronger the messages that need to come together in order to boost the immune system to begin with. The immune system is so complex. Like the circulatory system, we think blood, heart, blood, vessels, blood capillaries, blah, blah, blah. We think of the lungs. It's like in and out through the nose. We got the lungs, musculoskeletal. Those are easy to see. The immune system is an orchestration of glands all over the body. And nothing could come close to comparing to that orchestra. Nothing on the planet. You're unmuted. You're muted.
Oh, sorry. I have a little tickle in my throat, so I had the little cough button on. So I agree 100%, is that we have to start thinking about our immune systems far more than that. It's so complex. And I remember, and I wish I could remember, because I nailed it. So when I say I don't remember, but I remember, right. I had to memorize the whole immune cascade in my immunology class. And I was fascinated by it, like absolutely fascinated. And I had to draw out, if this, then that, and what happens and which cells come in and which chemicals go here. And I was like, this is really freaking cool. And so I remember doing that, and the impact on me was, holy shit, the immune system is like crazy insane and probably far more in depth than we had to memorize. But I don't remember the chemical cascades, and I wish I did.
Well, I think Dan Murphy is probably the one that presented it in a lecture. I have to go to CE this weekend. And I'm not sure if I'm going to have anything like that there. I'll have to look through Dan Murphy's notes though, because his graphic of it is like are you freaking kidding me? Like, what divine beauty we're created from. And what I love, well, there's a few things, right? So people come in and they're like, oh, I have a cold, and the cold is blah, blah, this got this symptom and that symptom and blah, blah, blah. I feel like crap and it's hard to get through the days. Like, we totally get that. And if you can let that cold, flu, whatever symptoms come through, it's like fireworks for your system. And it's like, do this, do this, do this, do this. And then we put a suppression on the symptom, and those symptoms are the body, like the immune system working. So then you take a cold and you throw something at it. Let's just say you go to a doctor that then prescribes an antibiotic for a cold, which is negligence for one.
And
but they
steroid.
do that.
Don't forget the steroid.
And a steroid.
And the
oh, I have a cough. I got on a Z-Pack. Like, you guys, that has to stop. There's a time and a place for that stuff, but it's not with one day symptoms. It takes, a week to 2 weeks for the body to go through this process, clear whatever it is. But every single fever that we get is an upgrade of our body. Every fever is an upgrade. Every single one of them. And a fever is not going to kill you off ever. Our body isn't designed like that. So anyway, it's if we can let it do its thing, we get an upgrade. Yeah, it sucks. It sucks sometimes. It really does. And we have patients. Our offices are full of patients every single day. So guess what our opportunities are? Be well or really make terrible days. So Dr. Paula and I choose our lives around making sure we are well as many days out of the year as possible, because they're showing up no matter what.
Well, and you bring up such a great point. So let's think about this for a minute. People run to the doctor to get the Z-Pack. Like it's, a regular, you should be running to the chiropractor to get your adjustment. And here's why. If you are somebody listening to this, or somebody who functions like this, who gets sick every year, or oftentimes what I hear is, because I'll say, well, how long were you sick before you went and got that Z-Pack? Oh gosh, only like a day or two. But I know if I didn't get the Z-Pack, it was going to turn into something worse. Listen to the language coming out of your mouth. If you get this thing and it turns into something worse, and like Dr. Erica said, let it. It's going to suck. Okay. So let it upgrade your system so that every year you're not going and running for the Z-Pack, because you know what the Z-Pack is doing? It's making it worse. It is not making it better. You're wiping out all of the good microbes in your gut. You're actually damaging your immune system, because your gut, yes, it's all about the biology. Your gut is where your immune system lives. And so every time you take even a daily Zyrtec or your antibiotic or the Z-Pack, it's a destruction of fire throughout. Like, you might as well just lit the landscape on fire. And like, gosh, I remember going out to Mount St. Helens probably 10 years after it erupted, maybe longer. Nothing was growing still. Like all the damage from the, and that's what we do. When you're constantly taking those types of heavy hitting drugs, you are wiping out the landscape. And then you wonder why you can't get well. And you wonder why you're getting sick every year, because you never take the time to rebuild a healthy landscape.
Yep.
Drop that mic right there.
I know, for sure. And then it starts, it starts as kids or, babies, infants, toddlers, whatever. And then you get them on, like, we have patients come in and they're like, I always ask them, did you have any rounds of antibiotics? Were you a chronic ear infection? What about, chronic ear infection kids? It's like, okay, you got an ear infection. Your body can actually handle that if you let it. It's not going to lead to rupture of your eardrum, or so they say. But as soon as you put an antibiotic on it, it's usually in the fall. It's a goopy, slimy season. And then you get an antibiotic. It wipes everything out, like Dr. Paula was saying. And then guess what? It's back in January. It's back in February. It's back in March. It's back in April. You're doing round after round after round after round after round, never giving your body a chance. And then guess what? You got an autoimmune disorder. Oh, lupus shows up, or thyroid, like autoimmune thyroiditis shows up, or MS starts, you know what I mean? Like major things are the downriver effects of that. Like nothing of this is without consequence. The only thing that doesn't have consequences is building the immune system and turning the lights on from the inside. This room is dark right now because it helps with the lighting for the video. But I can't take all this darkness out of here and just throw it out the window. Like that's not even a possibility. Like that's silly. But what I can do is go over there, flip on the light, and then guess what? Oh, my room's lit again. I can't take a cold room and pull the cold and just like put the cold outside, like bundle it all together and throw it out the window. I can't do that. But guess what? I turn on the heat. That's the only way to get rid of cold. That's the only way to get rid of darkness. It's the only way for the body to. We can always and only turn on the lights from the inside. That's it. And chiropractic is a huge part of that. Some of the supplementation that we talked about, making sure that you're getting outside for fresh air, get off your devices, get out from behind the TV, turn the video games for your children off, rip it out of them, send them outside. Like we have to stop like building children like that. That is not where health is going to come from. It has to be built from inside. No video game, no iPad, whatever, no Angry Birds or whatever. I don't even know what the game. I'm like so clueless when it comes to that. No, what's the other one that they're building cities?
I don't know.
That's going to build you.
Yeah. The whole concept too with the video games. So not just video games, but those of you who sit in front of a computer all day long and this whole slouching, when you are slouching like this, you are suppressing your immune system. You're cutting off blood flow. You're cutting off nerve supply. You're preventing the oxygen from getting to all your cells, which is also a critical part of your immune system, of your health. So, even just sitting up straight, taking a deep breath throughout the day. We talk about nervous system resets all the time. I always say blow up a balloon. My whole talk on Tuesday was about resetting the nervous system through fun and simple breath work. And blowing up a balloon is one of my favorite ways because it takes you back to childhood. Balloons create happiness and joy, and you don't ever forget how to blow up a balloon. But how many times have you learned breath work for stress? And do you remember wait, I don't know, how long should I inhale? How long do I hold it? Do I exhale right away? What do I don't know. Nobody remembers that. But if I handed you a balloon and I said, blow this up, you would do the perfect nervous system reset breath.
Right. That's so great.
Time.
Oh, yeah.
It's every so time. Cool.
Yep. Yeah.
So
yeah.
So start to protect yourself. And if you're somebody who, like I say, you're listening to this and you know that you get sick every year, or you run and you get the Z-Pack and you get your antibiotics or whatever it is, sinus infection, or if you are taking daily something to manage symptoms, wake up, let the alarm bells go off. Your body and your immune system cannot maintain itself unmanaged through medication. However, it can thrive over time. It can heal when you get regular chiropractic care that starts getting you healthy from, as we talked about last week, above, down, inside, and out.
Love it.
And resetting for next week, presetting for next week. So yes, Dr. Eric and I, we are looking forward to, we found the best espresso martinis. I know. So
we have.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We're not sitting on a high horse lecturing you to don't do those things. We just want you to make sure you're protecting yourselves so well so that you can do those things when the time is right.
Yeah, without having a major setback. That's really what we're looking for, and looking for the healthiest season now. a lot of people, and maybe this can be a topic, we'll be gone because it's Thanksgiving next week, but I don't know, maybe we'll figure out a different time. But what I was thinking about is, as we look right now, we have about 5-ish, well, probably 6 weeks from now till New Year. And what can you do now to start getting that momentum going? Like, this isn't the time to wait. This is the time to, and I think we even talked about it last year, like double down right now on your health. Let the holidays be as amazing and fun as they are. Enjoy some cheer with family, friends, and others. And also, aside from that, double down on your health so that you can manage December well, so that you can manage then through January, February, and then we'll be to spring with in no time where we'll want to be outside more. But anyway, yeah, this is just, it's awesome. Do the very best you can within the next, what can you do? Take 2-3 action steps every day in the next 7 days to get yourself prepped for Thanksgiving, clean up your system, and then keep that going for all the way through Christmas.
Yeah, don't go screaming into January 1st with like zero energy, zero immune system, feeling so horrible. You're like, oh my God, I'm going to go on a diet. And then you eat healthy for 2 days and then you're back at it. Like, let's not do that. Yeah. Again, let's just live 80% of our lives doing all the right things so that we can spend 20% doing fun and indulgent things. So yeah.
Sounds great.
Awesome. Right. Listen, you guys, we'll see you back in 2 weeks. I don't know. We usually try to bump ourselves up to Tuesday, but I don't know that that'll work next week. So Dr. Eric and I will talk and see if we can make that work. If not, we'll see you back here in 2 weeks. Thank you, Silly Lily, for the wishes for our happy Thanksgiving. Go Lions. It's always a Lions game day. So we'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks again for everybody showing up here for us, making comments, liking, subscribing, and being a part of our channel and our journey. So we'll see you guys soon.
Have fun.